Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of an unhinged woman attacking her fellow passenger on an airplane because she couldn't fit into her seat. She literally goes completely insane and starts attacking this woman. We're also going to be taking a look at a few bonus clips, including one where somebody says fat shaming is worse than skinny shaming, again. And another one where somebody's talking about how body shape affects beauty standards, so be sure to stick around until the end. Please be sure to follow me on Twitch, which is linked below. I think I'm going to start live streaming over there every Saturday at noon, so be sure to follow me over there and get ready for those upcoming events. I think next Saturday we might do a live Q&A. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
Shut the fuck up!
Passenger spits on woman over her size during U.S. flight.
Don't fucking touch me!
Dude, what the heck? This lady is crazy. In a video uploaded on June 17th, a woman was seen attacking another passenger on a flight from New York to Kansas. Okay, can we get like some actual police in here instead of just like some flight attendants and random passersby? Dude, she's like full on pulling her hair. Oh my gosh.
Let go. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't.
She shouted insults, pulled the woman's hair, and spat on her after refusing to sit beside her due to her size. Okay, well this is obviously not okay. Even if somebody is spilling into your seat and touching you.
Look at this fat ass. She can't even look. You can't even see her stomach.
What the hell? This lady is insane.
Oh my god.
Dude, she's spitting on her. Dude, ban this lady from flying ever again, and obviously she's going to be arrested. Witnesses said she appeared drunk and became violent when staff stepped in. Yeah, I would say that she is drunk. She's acting very drunk. She's like, look at you, like, which does not excuse her behavior at all. This is absolutely uncalled for. They had to take her out on a stretcher. Oh, man. Police later removed her from the plane and took her into custody. Alright, and they wheeled her out on a stretcher because she just couldn't, like, contain herself. Okay, and they had to wheel her out on a stretcher because she just couldn't stop attacking that person. That was insane. And this brings up the good old-fashioned plus-size airline seat debate. Does this just prove that we do need bigger airline seats? What that person did was not okay, even if that person did spill over into their seat. Clearly, they were intoxicated and just started freaking the hell out and attacking that person. That is not cool at all. Next. They say skinny shaming doesn't exist, but here are the phrases skinny girls hear every day. Do you even eat? Men love girls with curves. Soon, no one will see you at all. Won't the wind blow you away? Slender Man, in real life, you look like a walking hunger ad. Are you going to look like a Halloween skeleton forever? Skin and bones. Yeah, there are a lot of insults that people throw at skinnier people. Will anyone feed you? Have you never tried eating more? I like that one. Have you never tried eating more? What? What? I love when somebody randomly throws that at you. Have you never tried eating more? What? Good morning to you as well, Frank, I guess. What the hell?
We need to have another conversation about how skinny shaming and fat shaming are not the same thing.
They are not the same thing. But is fat shaming worse and skinny shaming is not a big deal?
Get something so clear. These comments suck, right? I'm in no way saying that these comments are okay. Shaming anybody for their body size is awful and should not be done.
However, fat shaming is worse.
However,
see?
Thin privilege very much exists. You can eat in public without being judged. You living in a thin body automatically gives you a credential.
Okay, so you perceive thin people as having it easier in society because they get judged less. Therefore, it's okay to shame skinny people. I guess? Is that what we're getting at here? Like,
likely to be taken seriously in business contexts. If the
I'm not likely to be taken seriously in a business context. What are you talking about? Okay, that's weird. That's a really weird thing to say. You guys are very specifically outraged. Like, that's a very specific type of outrage. Like,
the ability to walk into any clothing store and buy clothes in your size. First and foremost, you are constantly told that you deserve to eat. Well,
nobody has ever told me I deserve to eat. That would be very weird. I would be like, what in the hell? What are you talking about?
People in larger bodies are told that they should not eat and are dehumanized for doing so. That is not the same. Fat people do not have the privilege to walk into any store and try on any clothing and it will automatically fit their body.
Well, some people can still wear the same shirt today that they wore 10 years ago. If we have to keep buying new shirts with each passing year because we keep getting larger, that's really a situation that only we can take care of. We can't blame the skinny people because we can't fit into clothes anymore. And now it's okay to dunk on them because we can't find a shirt in the store. None of this makes any sense.
Hardly even have online stores that carry up to their size.
Okay, if you can't find your clothes online, I don't even know what to say. Like, online goes pretty big, man. They go pretty big over there on that internet. They got a lot of clothes on that there internet, on Mariah Carey's internet. So if you can't find your size on there, I don't even know. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I've seen bedbound people that were 900 pounds that had clothing. So
they are constantly scrutinized and judged and told that they do not have a right in this society. Skinny or fat, the shaming hurts either way. But
you can't shame me if I don't feel ashamed, honestly.
Only one leads to systemic exclusion and oppression.
Okay, so skinny shaming is fine, is what you're saying. You said skinny shaming and fat shaming are not the same thing. I guess you're saying that it's okay then to shame skinny people and not okay to shame fat people. I don't know why, just because it's not the same, that it's okay to do one and not the other. I would say that it is not the same because these are two different things happening. So you are correct there. However, to say that one is more valid than the other or worse than the other is very silly. I propose that we should not make fun of people based on their body or their physical appearance at all. Why can't we just do that? How come somebody has to get shamed? Next.
Have you ever noticed the ways that people in larger bodies are treated differently than people in smaller bodies?
No, not really. I noticed the different ways that people treat themselves.
Let me give you some examples. Someone who was in a smaller body eats everything on their plate and people think that it's impressive and say things like, I don't know where you fit all that food.
If somebody is saying that, that's weird to begin with. Like,
someone in a larger body eats the same amount of food and receives judgment and criticism and is seen as having a lack of willpower.
Hopefully not. Hopefully everybody is leaving everybody else alone out there on Mariah Carey's internet. I don't think it would be appropriate to judge people based on the amount of food that they ate out here on Beyonce's internet. Personally.
Someone in a smaller body walks into a doctor's office with joint pain and they are treated for joint pain. Someone in a larger body walks into that same doctor's office with joint pain and they are told to lose weight.
You're joking, right? Well, yeah, because that makes sense, right? If you go into the doctor's office as a thin person and your knees hurt, he's going to be like, what the heck? But if you go in there as an obese person and your knees hurt, the doctor's going to be like, yeah, because you're obese. You have all this extra weight pushing down on your knee joints. Every pound of excess weight places 4 pounds of additional pressure on each knee joint, you know? You know how the doctor probably is on something like that. I love how we're acting confused about that, or like the doctor has a problem for noticing that gravity is real. Like, if a thin person has knee pain, it's pretty confusing. Like, what? What's going on? What happened? Did you jump off the roof?
Someone in a smaller body can walk into pretty much any clothing store and find something that fits pretty easily.
Right, but if we were able to find our size in store last year, and this year we cannot, and the next year we cannot, does that indicate a problem? If that black dress that we used to wear to funerals a couple years ago does not fit anymore, are we blaming the store for that? Like, we used to be able to shop in store a couple years ago. We keep having to buy a new funeral dress with each passing year. We have like several funerals to go to every single year. And I'm told that we don't wear a white dress to weddings, apparently. Somebody informed me of that. So that's good. Thank you guys. You could have told me that before the wedding. Everyone was staring at me.
Someone in a larger body walks into those same stores and cannot find something that fits their body.
Okay.
Someone in a smaller body buys ice cream and chicken nuggets from the grocery store and no one bats an eye.
No one bats an eye, period, about anything that anybody else is doing at the grocery store. I can assure you. I see a lot of people buying a lot of wacky food that I would not eat at the grocery store. Never once have I gone up and started lecturing them.
Someone in a larger body has those same things in their cart.
And then, like, the manager of the grocery store comes over and just throws them out. They're like, what the heck? What are you doing? You're living in a larger body. You can't buy this. Get out. And they get kicked out of the store immediately. I know. I hate it when that happens.
And they are judged for it.
By who?
These are all examples of weight stigma or weight bias in which there are stereotypes or discrimination against people because of their weight.
Maybe, but nobody actually says any of these negative things to anybody else in society.
And it actively harms humans every single day. Weight stigma increases chronic stress levels and risk of developing certain diseases.
Weight stigma definitely sucks, but are there any medical conditions associated with obesity?
And it also decreases the quality of medical care that people receive who are in larger bodies.
I don't think so. If your doctor told you to lose weight for your knee pain, I would say that's valid.
Weight stigma results in a 60% increased risk of death, even when BMI is controlled for.
I'm not sure where you got that statistic from. I don't really want to go into the statistics around obesity and mortality, because that's a whole rabbit hole that we can go down.
We need to stop judging people because of their weight. Everyone deserves respect and equal treatment.
All right, I agree that everybody does deserve respect and equal treatment, and they have it. It's insane to say that stigma hurts people more than obesity. We have well-established medical evidence spanning probably 100 years now, showing that obesity is very bad for us. Now, you're trying to say that stigma is actually worse for you than all of the medical conditions caused by the obesity itself. The way that Bob looked at you that one time is really hurting you, not the crippling knee pain that you went to the doctor for and he told you was related to your obesity. Like I said, I don't think anybody is going around trying to police anybody's shopping cart. Where's all this stigma and fat shaming coming from when the average person is between a size 16 and 18? Next.
There are a lot of factors that contribute to the compounding marginalization of fat people. There's the big ones. There's race, ability, gender, class, region.
Regional fat phobia?
Like legal status. All of those things matter in the quality of fat people's lives. But there are some other ones that I think are less known to people that are not fat, but really known to those of us that are fat, that I'm thinking a lot about today. One of them being body shape. I'm 5'9", and I have a pretty acceptable feminized body shape. So while many stores don't carry my size, if they do, they're typically in my measurements or close to it. I also don't have to do that much to be read as feminine because of
What? What does any of this mean?
literally my proportions.
Okay.
Not even my weight or my body size, but literally my proportions make it to where I don't have to do that much to be perceived as feminine.
Okay. Are we going somewhere with this?
I have some of my fat friends who are maybe shorter than me or have a different body shape than me. And I have seen in my life them receive much more discrimination than I do, much more harassment than I do, much more belittling and dismissing and infantilizing than I do.
Okay. People have been a jerk to me before as well in my life. I just kind of brushed it off and moved on with my life.
I have seen them be treated worse by their sexual partners. I have heard people say things to them that they wouldn't say to me.
Because of their body shape?
And while I can't contribute at all, without a shadow of a doubt to body shape, I think it makes a big difference.
Okay, so according to you, you have a very feminine body shape, and some of your friends do not, and they get discriminated against more because of this. Is that what you were thinking about when we were hanging out that one time? And you were sitting there quietly in the corner looking me up and down? You were over there thinking, this person gets discriminated against more than me because their body isn't as feminized as mine. Like, can we please just hang out like in a normal way without you having these crazy thoughts? Like, this is what's going through your mind when we're hanging out at Applebee's? What the hell? I thought you were going to tell me how much you like these onion rings. Instead, you were over there thinking about how feminized your body is. Okay, so I will get the onion rings then, is what... Okay.
Do. And I think that the way that we're socialized based on our body shape, even in the fat community, makes a big difference in the way that we're treated. And
Are you sure? I don't know if anybody else is paying attention to this. This seems very specific, like...
the way that we see ourselves and the way that we carry ourselves. So I'm just thinking a lot about like all of the big ones that make a big difference. And then these really like more niche ones that don't seem like a big deal, or people that are not fat might not even notice. But it's something I'm thinking about as someone who like holds dual identities of privilege and lack thereof, and how...
What? You hold dual identities, privilege, and lack thereof. What does that mean? I'm gonna need like a chart where you connect all of these dots and stuff.
How that kind of gives me glimpses into spaces that those that are more marginalized than me don't see with the same access that I do.
Okay, you have glimpses into spaces that others cannot see because you're privileged, but you're also not privileged. Privileged because you have a more feminized body shape, but not privileged because you're living in a larger body? Is that what you're saying right there? Okay. She doesn't receive as much discrimination as some of her friends because their bodies aren't as feminine as hers. I would hate to be seeing this presentation as one of your friends. So basically, I have the most feminine shape out of all my friend group. They all get discriminated against because of their unfeminine bodies. One of your friends is coming around the corner? Yeah, so I think we really should go to that play on Saturday. Wait. She thinks my body's not feminine and hers is better than mine? Oh. I hope all of your friends see this video and they're just like, what the hell? That's what you're thinking about when we're hanging out? That's why you keep looking me up and down like this the whole time we're hanging out? What the heck? Anywho, that was pretty interesting. But obviously, I disagree with all of the aforementioned, but what do you think? Was it completely insane that that lady started attacking that other lady on the airplane? Yes, the hell it was. Is fat shaming worse than skinny shaming? And if you have a more aesthetically pleasing shape, even if you're living in a larger body, are you more accepted by society? Leave a comment below. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.